Now Winston on 4th down. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That is incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step toward forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Offense on 3rd down today. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Jones. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, down 2 scores in the 4th quarter. It maybe wasn't quite desperation time, but it was getting close. And that interception there on the deep ball, that probably slams the door on their chances.
And maybe that was the thought process, that it wasn't quite desperation time. So now you take the shot before they're going to lay back any farther on defense. Go ahead and throw it downfield. Unfortunately, it didn't work.
Following the interception, Winston. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other. 4 yards on the pickup. From just shy of midfield, Winston. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. And the Giants are right back in this football game. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
And now here's another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. But just to add that to the list of great moments for this defense today, they've really shredded game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of a cherry on the top.
Yeah, they did it. They did it together, didn't they? With each other. Every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continue to build energy in this one. And how about them culminating with a pick 6?
4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Kadarius Toney, 39 yards. And the Giants have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point try good by Gano. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a two-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw in this type of a game, I would be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
And this will wind up the Saints' first down as he's got this up to the 28-yard line. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line.
Off the play fake. Winston. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked by Julian Love. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers. And
the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Jones. He's got Bellinger. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they're
open. Man, he's got him. It's Tony for a giant touchdown. Kadarius Toney with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Gano for the extra point. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
And if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line. So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what?
And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Gano now to add the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
That will tie the game. 28-all. Graham Gano to kick off for New York.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. A gain of 3, second down.
It's a pickup of 3.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes. And
he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. Back to throw. Jones. Buying time to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not. Calling a loss of 5. A big sack to want to get it third down. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, they're going to get 4 sacks a game. You're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And I know they would have loved to have had a touchdown there to give them some cushion. But now, kick the field goal, get the lead, let your defense bring you home. Show some faith in those guys on the other side of the ball.
Gano's kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the fourth quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last. And my goodness, another interception. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what did you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It was a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 4 and 11. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Jones with a handoff to Barkley, and he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. They'll go to Barkley again. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Took that lead, and now they gave it up. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Here's Jones. To Barkley on the check down. Oh, and the tackle comes quickly. That's only going to get him a couple. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Jones. And now here's another interception. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints have just about sewn up this football game. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. Seemingly first turnover.
Watch the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we'll see Russell Wilson. He was terrific a week ago, well over 400 yards passing.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Time for our first look at the Denver offense, and of course the new face of the Broncos, 9-time Pro Bowler while in Seattle, Russell Wilson. They begin the drive with Williams. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. Well, this game, the ninth that the Jags have played here in London. You might know that Shad Khan, he's the owner of both the Jaguars and Fulham in the English Premier League on the soccer side of things. And this is the third of 3 London games the NFL will play this year. But there is one more game to come. Over on the continent, the Seahawks and Bucks from Munich, Germany. The first time a regular season game will be played there. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Now Wilson. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now ETN to start the drive. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. This defense for the Broncos, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early that he could not secure. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Here we go now on 1st and goal. To throw is Wilson. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down. Gordon is into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it. But I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because the reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they fail. Now the pressure, back on their offense to pick themselves up, and they gave the touchdown that was just given up.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. And the Broncos get there and take him down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. And they'll try and throw forward with Lawrence. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he is going to have the Jaguars first down as the defense nowhere to be found there. A gain of 20 on 4th down. Hands it off out of the gun. It's the Pro Bowler Jamie Collins that makes the stop. The Jaguars at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. And he is going to lose yardage here. They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
And I think that's going to go down as no gain, but that doesn't seem fair for the effort that was presented on that play. That should go down as a loss. I know, I'm a defensive guy, but you got to like the play that was made.
He made a lot of those plays last week. He was AFC Defensive Player of the Week, picking up where he left off. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Wilson. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos go up by 2 touchdowns. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by the defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Some more great football coming your way in prime time to wrap up the month of October. It starts tonight Could it be a Super Bowl preview? The Packers and Bills from Buffalo at 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow, Halloween night, Monday Night Football, the Bengals and Browns from Cleveland. And how this game has changed in importance in recent years. That starts at 8:15 Eastern. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Lawrence. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And Ingram hauls it in. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now Lawrence. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 13-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram from 13 yards out. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. So that drives 7 plays in length. And Evan Ingram able to finish it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That's complete, it's Okuwebunam. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A huge play there for Denver. 42 yards. Well, you normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into danger Russ. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
And what was amazing to me was the fact he was able to get as much on the ball as he did because he was on the run. Normally when you're on the move like that, you don't expect the ball to go that far. You would think you need your lower body to be involved. That was an all-arm throw.
And that wound up traveling at even 58 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. From the shotgun, Wilson. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
The kick by McManus is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.